Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Back to do a kind of a tag along or whatever you want to call it. Because I don't think it was really put out as a thread, but JC over at the Flip Side, the one and only. If for some reason you guys don't know JC, I mean, which would be kind of weird at this point in the vinyl community, but if you don't, definitely someone you need to be following. Awesome channel, one of the nicest guys in the world. One of the guys just always has positive energy, which is always a great thing to experience when you're here in the VC. So for some reason you don't know him, I left the link to this video right down, or to his video right down below. Go check out the video, go subscribe to his channel. You definitely won't regret it. Makes awesome videos, awesome shorts, the whole nine. But he did a video the other day where he was talking about his favorite song off of each of the Metallica albums, which I thought was kind of cool. Loved his picks. Some of them I was guessing, and I got some of them right that he picked. Other ones I got very wrong, and I just thought it'd be kind of fun to do that myself. So I'm just gonna kind of jump right in, and I won't get into like runners up and stuff like that because I'll ramble and make this video like 15-20 minutes long. It doesn't need to be that long, so I'll just kind of dive right in on each one. Metallica, Kill 'Em All. Of course, we're going to start there. And again, so many you can pick off of this. There was 4 I had to narrow it down from, and I decided to go with Seek and Destroy. That was kind of the first song that brought me to when I first discovered this album, because I actually discovered older Metallica and came back to this one. Seek and Destroy was the first one that pulled me in, and it still just kind of holds that special place for me. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go with off of this. You know, even though like Whiplash is a close second. Next here, of course, Ride the Lightning. Next classic from 1984. And on this one, I got to go with Creeping Death. Again, so many great ones on here. Easily 3 that I could pick. But one of the things that kind of helps me judge what my favorite song is as much as I've played these albums, I always think about which of the songs that I go back to and listen to right now that I've been listening to for years and years and years and years, and they haven't lost their punch. Like, they almost seem just as energetic, and I'm just as excited and energy filled by it as I was when I first discovered it. And Creeping Death is the one song off of this album that, well, not the one, but is the biggest song off of this album that every time I hear it, it's like I'm hearing it for the first time all over again. So that's going to be my favorite off of that one. And then jumping right to the Beast from 86, of course, Master of Puppets. And for the exact same explanations I just said with Creeping Death, I got to go with Master of Puppets. You know, again, that's a song that I can get in my car tomorrow, and if it comes up on the shuffle, it sounds and feels just like I'm hearing it for the first time however many decades ago. It's just, it never loses its punch, with so many other great things you could easily pick off of that album. And then we go to the 598 EP, and this was 1987, I believe. And easy one here, The Small Hours, definitely my favorite song off of this. You know, in my heart, I am a groove metal kind of guy. It's the reason why Godsmack is my absolute favorite band. It's why I love bands like Korn, Gojira, stuff like that. All those bands that get into that groove, rhythmic type of stuff is just always what captures me. Maybe even more so than the shredders out there. And so a song like The Small Hours just tickles that for me just right. So that's what I'm going with off of that. And then right here, Injustice for All, which I think arguably is Metallica's best album from start to finish. This is a perfect one too, because this really kind of gives you a lot of the mixture of both, that groove stuff and the thrash kind of really coming together well on this album. So even though Harvester of Sorrow is kind of right there, I got to go with Blacken off of this one. That's still, yeah, awesome. So that's what we're going with off of Justice. And then next here we have the Black Album. Of course, the big beast that really kind of threw them to the stratosphere back in 1991. And yeah, this is another one too that has, I mean, I think this album gets pushed off a lot because it was where Metallica started going mainstream. Metallica, you know, like all the backlash that came with it, outside of the millions of albums that were sold on the other side of that debate. But for me, it's like it's a perfect mixture because like I just played this album last week. It's going to be in my what's been spinning video, and the one thing I always experience every time I play this is heavy as anything at the time. I mean, the down tuning they did while they were still kind of younger, it just made it so freaking heavy while at the same time adding such an accessible um, rhythmic element to it. Where this was the kind of album you could take to someone who didn't listen to any metal or any thrash, and it had something there where they could catch on, like I said, easily accessible enough where they could catch on to it. At the same time, when you just look at what's going on, it was just as heavy as anything that was kind of taking place at the time. Maybe not as fast, but definitely just as heavy. So I always respected that about this album and will always love it for those reasons. And it's maybe even kind of why my answer is as cheesy as it is, which is Inner Sandman. You know, with all the great stuff on this album, I think Inner Sandman is still just a perfect mixture of total radio friendly, heavy riff, down tune driven. You know, James' vocals delivery is just as forceful as anything else that they ever did. It was just a perfect combination of those two worlds, you know. And so yeah, that's a Black Album. Actually, kind of too a nice Vertigo resting of that. So that's the Black Album. And then we move into more of their hard rock phase in my mind, and we start here with Load. Excuse me, 1996. And on here, I mean, they had a couple big hits, you know, which are kind of more radio hits with Until It Sleeps, King Nothing, Hero of the Day, Bleeding Me, all fantastic. I'm going with The House That Jack Built for a lot of those same new metal type of elements inside of that song, the grooviness of it and all of that. Just I've always loved that. So House That Jack Built off of Load, and then we go the next year right to Reload. Another great one here, and again, you have Devil Dance, The Memory Remains, but got to go with Fuel. I mean, if nothing else, just for the way that song starts. You know, I just love how James just comes out of nowhere with pure energy, and the song just takes off and never slows down. It's one of my favorite songs hearing him play live just a year or so ago when I saw him. But, excuse me. Yeah, so we're on Fuel off of Reload. Then The Beast. I mean, Garage Inc. Just a master of cover work right here. So many awesome covers. You know, Turn the Page, Tuesday's Gone, The Small Hours is on here, Am I Evil, Stone Cold Crazy, on and on and on. But I gotta go with Whiskey in the Jar. I think that as much as I love Thin Lizzy and as bad as Thin Lizzy was, they actually took that song to another level. Which with all the other covers they did on here, maybe Stone Cold Crazy, but even then it's just kind of different. It's not at another level compared to Queen. Am I Evil, same thing. A little bit different, but I wouldn't say on another level than Diamond Head. Tuesday Gone, like all those I'd say the same thing about. Whiskey in the Jar, they took it to another level. And so that's definitely my favorite song off of Garage Inc. And the thing that so many people hated, Metallica Saint Anger. Personally, I like the album, and I've always said, even to this day, if this album would have came out same year, same time, the exact same way, but it would have been a debut album by some unknown metal group or something like that, I think 60% of the people that hated the album would have been saying something totally different about it. Oh, it's so different. It's so refreshing to not have all of this, you know, overproduced stuff, and it's just kind of raw, and it's meant to take you back to, like, there would have been all of this we're so enlightened type kind of crap. But the fact that Metallica's name was written across the front of it, everybody had to hate it. And that's not saying that's people that still would hate it, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying I really feel that there would have been a significant number of people, especially in the critic world, that would have been saying something different if Metallica wasn't written across the front of this album. But again, it's easy to understand why people don't like it with Lars's snare and all that stuff. But yeah, Frantic Saint Anger, great songs. But again, I'm going with Some Kind of Monster. It's gonna be my favorite track off of this. Going back to that's my new metal rhythmic vibes come out within that song. And personally, on this particular album, some of my favorite Metallica lyrics are off of that album, especially like one sentence kind of things. Stuff what would be a good one? Oh, my lifestyle determines my death style. That's arguably my favorite Metallica lyric, period. Or watch your back so you don't stab mine. Stuff. There's just a lot of cool one sentence lyrics inside of that album. Next here, one that kind of gets forgotten about, but is a solid freaking album, Death Magnetic. This came out in 2008. I actually went and saw them on tour on this album. And the whole first side is just absolute gold. And I think any of those songs could be picked as number one. I'm going with Broken, Beaten, and Scarred. I love the energy of that song. And 9 times out of 10, when this comes on in the car and I'm like going down the highway jamming it, I start to lose my voice just trying to scream it and sing it with the same grit and power that James is delivering that song. And it has, again, awesome groove elements inside of it. That's definitely my favorite song off of this. So, Broken, Beaten, and Scarred off of Death Magnetic. And I threw this one in here too, which is Beyond Magnetic, kind of that EP they put out, which I guess were kind of songs that didn't make Death Magnetic. And I wanted to kind of pull this out because I feel like the song Just a Bullet Away, which is my favorite song off of this, is the best song that they left off of Death Magnetic. There's probably 5 songs on Death Magnetic. I would say they should have took one of those out and put Just a Bullet Away on there instead. So I'm going to mention that one for Beyond Magnetic. And then we got their last 2 here. Again, another one that I say kind of came out, people listened to it, and it seems like it got forgotten about, but this is a awesome album from start to finish. Hardwired to Self-Destruct from 2016. I think JC chose Hardwired, which is right there with me, but I got to go with Atlas Rise. I love that song, and in the past 2 years or so, 2 or 3 years, it's gone to another level for me where it's probably my most go-to Metallica song, oddly enough. But another fantastic album, really, really great stuff there. And last but not least, of course, their newest beast, 72 Seasons. And this is one actually where I can't pick a song off of this. I got this, of course, when it came out. I've listened to it from front to back 3 times, and I've always kind of felt like, yeah, solid. But there hasn't been one song on it that's ever jumped off to me that's like, oh, that is the gem right there. And maybe I need to listen to it more, and maybe one day something will hit. But with the number of times that I have listened to it, there is no one song that stands out to me yet off this album. So I don't know. But anyway, so there you go. JC, man, thanks for kind of putting up that video you did. It got me kind of excited to make this response. As always, let me know what you guys think. Go over, check out JC's video, subscribe to his channel, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.